Good morning, everybody. Excuse the slightly dishevelled appearance. I've just been out on the balcony. So I am in the south of France, and I'm on my own because on tomorrow morning I'm going to be running the Marathon Trans-Golfe du Saint-Tropez, I think it's called, which is basically from Saint-Maxime, where I'm staying, through Saint-Tropez out to Cavalaire-sur-Mer. I'm not sure quite how I feel about that because I've been injured and it's not going to be the best marathon in the world, I don't think, but that's fine. And we're staying in a very nice little hotel. It's called Le Petit Prince. It's in the middle of Saint-Maxime and it's really pretty. I mean, my balcony doesn't have a view, but Jules, who I'm running with, she has a view from her balcony. Maybe I'll try and get a view of that later for you. But it is really, really lovely little hotel. It's got everything you could possibly need and it's about 300 metres from the start line of the marathon. So that's really, really good. I'll give you a view of the balcony now as well because that's quite nice. So this is the view from the balcony. There's a beautiful, there's a nice little lying out place here, and there you can see that's the bridge there that you can see that we're going to start the running from, so it's not exactly a long way away. And there is the Med there looking sparkly blue in the sunshine, and today apparently we're going to take the boat across to Saint-Tropez once we've been to the expo to go and collect our numbers. Watch this space.
Call it off, let it go.
So currently we are on the boat, and in about 25 minutes time it's going to go over to Saint-Tropez, and this is a view of Saint-Maxime Harbour, which is absolutely gorgeous. It's not particularly sunny today, but I think it's going to get a bit sunnier later. And this is my lovely friend Jules, who I'm running the marathon with tomorrow. So we have ordered a goat's cheese salad and fruits for lunch, and it looks absolutely delicious. We've had to search to find a place that had the goat's cheese salad. There were only two options and this one was the cheapest one, which we went for. So this is going to be our lunch today. Building up for the marathon tomorrow. So this is me, just about ready for the marathon today. I need to just put on my running vest with my drinks and my gels and things in, and then I will be ready to go. Very nervous because my knee has been giving me a lot of jip these last few weeks, so fingers crossed that I can actually make it to the end. See you at the end. Good morning, everybody. So yesterday was my marathon day and I made it, which is always impressive. I've been struggling with a knee injury, but I did it in 5 hours 2 minutes, I was very, very pleased with that. And it's another beautiful day here on the Côte d'Azur, and today Roger is arriving. So I'm just packing up from my hotel here, and Roger is going to be driving down this afternoon. Well, he's not driving from London, he's driving from the airport this afternoon, and he's going to come and pick me up, and then we're going to start stage 2 of our adventures. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It is Tuesday, and Roger has arrived.
I have arrived.
Which is good.
So I arrived yesterday, and it was a glorious day yesterday,
lovely.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was beautiful. We sat out in the evening having a nice glass of, well, you had a beer, didn't you? I had a cup of tea.
Yep.
In the sun. It was lovely, wasn't it? Very warm.
It was.
Today is a bit different. It's a lot cooler today. It's quite cloudy, but it's not cold, is it?
No, it's not.
So,
I've still got a t-shirt on. Jill's got a fleece on, but that's typical.
That's me.
Indeed. So I picked up our hire car yesterday, which is a Fiat 500, or so it was meant to be. I will show you that later, what we've actually got. Something slightly larger than a Fiat 500.
Let's put it this way. I was standing in the supermarket car park waiting for Roger to arrive, looking for all the Fiat 500s and the small cars that came in. And Roger came in this massive, great big thing. But that's fine.
Yep.
Didn't have to pay any more for it, did you? So
no,
that's
exactly.
fine.
Exactly. So, we're just driving around today. Jill's still a little sore from
I don't want to walk miles and miles, that's for sure. A little tender, I think it's fair to say.
Yes.
But that's understandable because not many people run 26 miles at a time, do they? Not many people are stupid like me.
No, exactly. So at the moment we're just outside Saint-Maxime and just having a little drive around, really, aren't we?
Yeah. And I stayed in Saint-Maxime for the marathon. I was very impressed with it. It was a lovely little town.
And that's where you started the marathon?
That's where we started the marathon, yeah. And we went all the way around to Saint-Tropez and then out to Cavalaire-sur-Mer. Which we're not going to go to today, I don't think, but we could do if we want to. We can see how we feel later, can't we?
Slightly hilly.
It is. It was the last half. The first half was quite flat. The last half was very hilly. And certainly my legs can feel it, but that's fine.
So there was a bit of excitement at Bristol Airport. As I was waiting at my gate, suddenly just outside the gate between the plane that I was meant to be catching and the next plane, there was a huge amount of smoke. Didn't see any fire, but immediately 2 large fire engines and a fire tender came along and stood there for at least 3/4 of an hour. We were actually half an hour late taking off because of this. I don't know what it was all about, but yeah, a little bit of excitement.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Today we are here in Cannes. We've parked about 1.5 miles outside the town.
Yep.
Because we didn't want to have to pay to park, and we just thought it'd be a nice walk in. It was nice and flat, which was always good.
It is at the moment, yeah,
It
with
is.
you.
Yeah. And it's not too bad a day. It's quite warm. It's a bit cloudy, sunny intervals they said today, didn't they?
Yes.
But
yeah.
it's not too bad at all. And we're just here to see what there is in Cannes to offer. We've been here before, but I can't really remember much about it.
No,
to be
neither
honest.
can I, no.
And we're going to go around the other side of the festival, or Palais de Festivals, I think it's called, and see if we can find the handprints of all the stars that are apparently in the floor down there.
But behind us, hopefully you can see all the boats.
So this is Cannes Harbour behind us.
And yeah, we'll just take a wander around.
Yeah, see what there is. We've been looking at all the tsunami evacuation signs as well, haven't
We have, yes.
Some of them were like 650 metres. I was thinking, I'm not sure I can run that far these days. But I'm sure if there was a tsunami, you would.
Yes.
So we're here in Cannes at the Palais de Festival, and along here they've got lots of handprints of the stars when they've come to the Cannes Film Festival, and 2 that struck us particularly were this one here, which is Jodie Foster, and her hand looked absolutely tiny. I haven't actually compared it to mine, but
Lean down.
it's not a dissimilar, a bit smaller than mine, but not dissimilar size.
No.
And then 2 up here is Sylvester Stallone, and his looked absolutely enormous.
Which is not really surprising, is it?
No, and his is enormous. Yeah, that's fairly large compared to mine, isn't it? But you'd expect him to have a big hand, wouldn't you?
Yes.
But it's quite nice to see all these handprints, isn't it? A lot of
is.
people say they're very disappointed with them, but I think it's quite well done, actually.
No, I do as well.
A lot of people we've never heard of. A lot of people are French, but
No,
it's been really interesting seeing all these.
it has.
So we stopped and we're just sitting looking at this beautiful bay here. Gorgeous day. And on the way in, we looked at a couple of menus en route. We looked at the one for the hotel, Cote Hotel, which looks like the most expensive hotel on this road. And it was 185 euros for a Cote de Boeuf, and 42 euros for a snack. Not cheap at all.
It is right on the beach,
It is right on the beach. It was in the beach club, but you just think, yeah,
and there are so many beach clubs down there.
there
aren't
are. There's very little public beach along here at all.
And it's now 10 to 12.
10 to 12. There was 1 or 2 people in there, but they were
Yeah.
starting to get a bit busier, weren't they? But it's probably very early in the year for beach clubs as well, isn't it, really? So,
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I don't know if all of them are even open, all year.
No.
Probably not. Maybe this is the first week they're open, I don't know. But it's beautiful sitting here, and I do like
Yes.
the fact that everywhere in France they've got seats by the side of the sea.
Yes.
You know, whether they're fixed seats or seats you can move around. Very nice to just have seats that you can move around and sit down and look at the beach, isn't it?
Yeah, it's lovely. A real millionaire's playground, isn't it, around here?
Definitely.
Why are we here then?
I don't know.
So what are you going to buy then?
I don't think I'm going to buy anything. No prices. No prices again. This does have prices. 2,900 for the bag on the top shelf, 3,500 for the bag on the bottom shelf.
Absolute bargain.
Absolute bargain.
Do you like them?
No, not particularly.
No prices?
No prices, and I don't know why you'd want to. That looks like cheeseclothy to me. I don't know whether it is or not, but it doesn't look very nice. The little one's only 5'8", which is good.
How much?
So this is Chanel, The little bag, €5,800. The bigger bag, €6,500. I wouldn't have either of them personally. So we've just seen loads of shops, very, very expensive shops, things like Dior, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, all of which, A, I didn't like most of the things in there, and B, there's no way I could ever afford anything in there.
You kind of like these things in Jimmy Choo, didn't you? There was
I
a
didn't
couple
mind
of
the
things
shoes
in
in
there.
Jimmy Choo, yes, and the bag in Jimmy Choo.
Or the
That was-
beach bag, but neither
Yeah.
of which had the price on
None of them had prices on, which is always a bit of a worry, isn't it, really? But this is a slightly cheaper end of town, and this is a lovely square here, and beautiful bars all the way around it. There's a bandstand, there's a McDonald's there as well, and there's also things that are just so much more reasonably priced than down the other end of the town there. Yeah, really nice here.
Yeah, it's great being wandering around, isn't it? Seeing how the other half live.
And it's the 2nd of April, we've got t-shirts on. You can quite see why this place is so popular, A, with Brits, and B, with just generally everybody who likes to come for a little bit of warmth and sunshine.
I mentioned earlier that we'd ordered a Fiat 500, just a nice, small, tiny little car, 2-door. What we actually got was a Mazda CX-60 all-wheel drive. Basically, he said to me, we don't have any Fiat 500s, are you happy with a bigger car? I said, yep, that's fine. It's an automatic. It is quite a sizable car. According to Mazda's brochure, it's actually a large SUV. I'm still kind of getting used to driving it at the moment, but it's fine. So didn't pay any more for it. It's quite a nice car.